very good evening, my dear young, energetic friends. I'm now here and also in a mood to share about young generations' important and inspiring quotes. I have decided to share few inspiring, important quotes so said by great heroes, leaders of the past. Exclusively my presentation at this point of time on date for young youth generations. So, dear friends, my dear youth and energetic friends, brother and sisters, so said by the past leaders and legendary personalities of the world. Now I love to share about ability, intelligence, and talent. I love to announce in the late night I will be present like previous day, like every day almost, to share about Indian classical music and few literature related subjects. So now, dear friends, be present with me, inspiring and important quotes as the legendary personality leaders and heroes of the world as they stated, and it is exclusively for young energetic youth generations. And I think senior people like me, if they're interested, if they love to listen, be present with me. And I see that my younger brother King Shuk Mukhopadhyay is a very good talented musician, tabla player too, and my old friend Madam Lily Bhattacharya, she is also present. I love to wave with all of you. So ability, intelligence and talent. Ability is of little account without opportunity, so said by Napoleon Bonaparte. We judge ourselves by what we feel capable of doing, while others judge us by what we have already done. So said by Longfellow. As we advance in life, we learn the limits of our abilities. So said by James Froude. Francis Bacon so said, natural abilities are like natural plants that need pruning by study. Natural ability without education has more often raised a man to glory and virtue than education without natural ability. So said by Cicero. Dale Carnegie, so said by Dale Carnegie, the man who can speak acceptable is usually given credit for ability out of all proportion to what he really possesses. So said by Mahatma Gandhi ji, the difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. Albert Hubbard, so said by Albert Hubbard, It is a fine thing to have ability, but the ability to discover ability in others is the true test. So said by John Wooden. Ability may get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there. Now, I'm uh, actually sharing about ability, intelligence, and talent exclusively for youth and young generations. Very inspiring and important quotes. Samuel Johnson, so said by Samuel Johnson, a man may be so much of everything that he is nothing of anything. Now I come to intelligence, about intelligence. If an animal does something, we call it instinct. If we do the same thing for the same reason, we call it intelligence. So said by Will Cooper. Intelligence is a quickness to apprehend as a distinct from ability, which is capacity to act wisely on the thing apprehended. So Alfred North, he stated the very inspiring quotes. The intelligence testing business reminds me the way they used to win hawks in Texas. They would get a long plank, put it over a crossbar, and somehow tie the hog on one end of the plank. They'd search all around till they found a stone that would balance the weight of the hog, and they'd put that one the other end of the plank. Then they guess the weight of the stone. Joseph Whitney, so said by Joseph Whitney, the intelligence is proved not by ease of learning, but by understanding what we learn. Frederick Amiel, so said by Frederick Amiel, what is an intelligent man? A man who enters with case and completeness into the spirit of things and the intention of persons, and who arrives at an end by the shortest route. Now, I love to share about talent. So said by Emerson, talents differ. All is well and wisely put. If I cannot carry forests on my back, neither can you crack a nut. So said by Goethe, talent is developed in retirement. Character is formed in the rush of the world. So said by William Hazlitt, men of talent are men for occasions. The real tragedy of life is not in being limited to one talent, but in the failure to use the one talent. So said by Edgar W. Work. Everyone has talent. What is rare is the courage to follow the talent to the dark place where it leads. So said by Erica Jong. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? So said by Benjamin Franklin. So said by Thomas Wolfe, if a man has talent and cannot use it, he has failed. If he has talent and uses half of it, he has partly failed. If he has a talent and learns somehow to use the whole of it, he has gloriously succeeded. and own is satisfaction and a trump few men ever knew. If you have great talents, industry will improve them. If you have but moderate abilities, industry will supply their deficiency. Sir Jonah Reynolds. The world is always ready to receive talent with open arms. Holmens. That on talent which is death to hide, so said in the sonnet on his blindness, Sir Milton. Now, my second session about absence, absent, acceptance, and accomplishment and achievement, action and deeds. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, so said by Thomas H. Bell. Absence from whom we love in worse than death, William Cowper. The joy of life is variety. The tenderest love requires to be renewed by intervals of absence, so said by Samuel Johnson. The longest absence is less perilous to love than the terrible trials of incessant proximity, so said by Oida. The absent are always in the wrong, so said by Phillips Destitutes. Absent in body but present in spirit, Old Testament. Now I come to acceptance. Acceptance of what has happened is the first step to overcoming the consequences of any misfortune. William James. It is no good casting out devils. They belong to us. We must accept them and be at peace with them. D. H. Lawrence. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Carl Gustav Jung. The greatest gift that you can give to others is the gift of unconditional love and acceptance, so said by Brian Tracy. Accomplishment and achievement. I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty to accomplish small tasks as if they were great and noble, so said by Helen Keller. Through achievement, the ego is fulfilled. So you must achieve something. You must be able to attach something to yourself that you can claim as mine, my achievement. So said by Acharya Rajneesh. You should not measure your success but by what you have accomplished, but by what you should have accomplished with your ability. So said by Claire Staples Lewis. 4 steps to achievement. Plan purposefully, prepare prayerfully, proceed positively, pursue persistently. Sir William Arthur Ward, so said by William Arthur Ward. Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly, so said by Robert F. Kennedy. Now I come to about action and deeds. Actions speak louder than words. This is actually English proverb. Actions speak louder than words. The actions of men are like the index to a book. They point out what is most remarkable in them. Thomas Fuller. Nobody can become preferred by merely ceasing to act. This is from Bhagavad Gita. Let not the fruits of action be the motive of your actions, otherwise, you might be disappointed and leave the path of right action. This quotes from Rig Veda. He who knows both action and knowledge, with action overcomes death, and with knowledge reaches immortality. This quotes from Isha Upanishad. The great end of life is not knowledge but action. Thomas Henry Huxley. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. A life which does not go into action is a failure. Arnold J. Toynbee. And action is the perfection and publication of thought. Sir Emerson. I am always doing things I can't do. That's how I get to do them. Pablo Picasso. There's not to make reply, there's not to reason why, there's but to do and die. The Charge of the Light Brigade. Tennyson. The more we do, the more we can do. The more busy we are, the more leisure we have. Sir Hazlitt. Every man feels instinctively, every man feels instinctively that all the beautiful sentiments in the world weigh less than a single lovely action. J.R. Lowell. The basis of action is lack of imagination. It is the last resource of those who know not how to dream. Oscar Wilde. Right action cannot come out of nothing. It must be preceded by thought. Jawaharlal Nehru, so said by Jawaharlal Nehru. Our grand business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. Thomas Carlyle. I hear, I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. This is Chinese proverb. Our deeds, now I come to deeds. Our deeds determine us as much as we determine our deeds. So, Sir George Eliot. We live in deeds, not years, in thoughts, not figures on a dial. We should count time by heart thoughts. He must leaps with things most, feels the noblest, acts the best. Philip James Bailey. Only for performing noble deeds in persuasion of divine ordained duties would one desire to live 100 years. This quotes from Rig Veda. So said by Sir William Shakespeare. How for that little candle throws its beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. Noble deeds that are concealed are most esteemed. Pascal. The whole worth of a kind deed lies in the love that inspires it. The Talmud. Deeds are better, however cruel they may be, than the hell of thinking and doubting. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, so said by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. So, my dear youth and energetic friends, now I love to share two inspiring quotes about admiration. Admiration is a very short-lived passion that immediately decays upon growing familiar with its object. To love is to admire with the heart. To admire is to love with the mind. Sir T. Gantier. Now I come to adversity and prosperity. Adversity. Adversity introduces a man to himself. There is no education like adversity. Comfort and prosperity have never enriched the world as much as adversity has. Billy Graham. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears each a precious jewel in his head. Sir William Shakespeare. He knows not his own strength that had not met adversity. Francis Bacon. Adversities strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Seneca. Excessive charity, excessive penitence, and blind adherence to truth lead to adversity. Shukraniti. When things get rough, remember it's the rubbing that brings out the shine. Washington Irving. If you cannot stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Harry S. Truman. Search for the shade of good in every adversity. O.G. Mondigno. Now I come to about prosperity. A just prosperity lies in the ear. Sir William Shakespeare, so said by Sir William Shakespeare. Prosperity doth bewitch men seeming clear, but seas do laugh, show white when rocks are nearer. John Webster. Everything in the world may be endured except continued prosperity. So said by J.W. Goethe. In human life, there is nothing which prospers to the end. Greater virtues are necessary in bearing good fortune than bad. Prosperity makes friends, adversity tries them. We promise according to our hopes and perform according to our fears. Prosperity doth best discover vice, but adversity doth best discover virtue. Francis Bacon. In prosperity, let us take great care to avoid pride, storm, and arrogance. Now I come to about age and aging for youth generations and senior like me too. We do not count a man's years until he has nothing else to count. Sir Emerson, so said by Sir Emerson. Youth is the time of getting, middle age of improving, and old age of spending. Annie Bradstreet. The first 40 years of life give us the text. The text 30 supply the commentary on it. In youth, the days are short and the years are long. In old age, the years are short and the days are long. Panin, so said by Panin. Grow up as soon as you can. It pays. The only time you really live fully is from 30 to 60. Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be. The last of life for which the first was made. Sir R. Browning. Old men are children for a second time, like me. This so said, very inspiring quotes, so said by Aristophanes. Old men are children for a second time. A fool at 40 is a fool indeed. Sir Edward Young. A man is as old as he has feeling. A woman as old as she looks. Mortimer Collins, so said by Mortimer Collins. Man has 7 ages. Man has 7 ages, but women has only one age after she is 35. Sir William Shakespeare, so said by Sir William Shakespeare. Your old man shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Old Testament. As a white candle in a holy place, so is the beauty of an aged face. Joseph Combill. Old wood best to burn, old wine to drink, old friends to trust, and old authors to read. Francis Bacon. 40 is the old age of youth. 50 is the youth of old age. Victor Hugo. To grow older is a new venture in itself. J.W. Goethe. Old age leaves minutes slowly, hours quickly. Childhood chews hours and shallows minutes. Malcolm D. Chazelle. Middle age is when you still believe you will feel better in the morning. Bob Hope. By the time you are 80 years old, you have learned everything. You only have to remember it. George Burns. From birth to age 18, a girl needs good parents. From 18 to 35, she needs good looks. From 35 to 55, she needs a good personality. From 55 on, she needs good cash. Sophie Tucker. One should never trust a woman who tells one her real age. A woman who would tell one that would tell one anything. Sir Oscar Wilde. I have lived long enough. My way of life is fallen into the share the yellow leaf. Sir William Shakespeare. The old believe everything, the middle-aged suspect everything, the young know everything. Oscar Wilde. The quality, not the longevity of one's life is what is important. Martin Luther King Jr. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. Sir Abraham Lincoln, so said by Sir Abraham Lincoln. Now I come to the point of aim and ambition. It is very inspiring quotes for youth and younger generations. Aim. An aim in life is the only fortune worth. Sir Robert Louis Stevenson. There are two things to aim at in life. First, to get what you want, and after that, to enjoy it. Only the wisest of mankind achieve the second. Logan Purcell Smith. One who thinks in terms of silver cannot act in terms of gold. Henry G. Weaver. What is to be ended must be ended in this life. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, so said by R.N. Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore. Now I come to second point of ambition. All ambitions are lawful except those which climb upward on the miseries or credulities of mankind, so said by Joseph Conrad, a personal record of him. Peace begins where ambition ends. Edmund Young. I had ambition by which seen the angels fell. I climbed and step by step, O Lord, ascended into hell. W. H. Davis. Ambition. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. If you wish to reach the highest, Begin at the lowest, Cyrus, so said by Cyrus. Keen ambition banishes pleasure from youth onwards and regains alone. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground, so said by Theodore Roosevelt. No bird soars too high if he soars with his own wings. William Blake. Now I come about Angel. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Sir William Shakespeare from his lovable poetry. In heaven, an angel is nobody in particular. Sir Bernard Shaw. Appearance. All that glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold. Judge not according to the appearance. St. John. Polished brass will pass upon more people than rough gold. Chesterfield. Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality. All men have eyes, but few have the gift of penetration. You may judge a flower or a butterfly by its looks, but not a human being. So said by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. One may smile and be a villain. It is only shallow people who do not judge by appearances. Oscar Wilde. We should look to the mind and not to the outward appearance. Now I come about I come to the quotes of about appreciation and approval. Appreciation. By appreciation, we make excellence in others our own property. Flattery is from the teeth out. Sincere appreciation is from the heart out. Dale Carnegie. Approval. As much as we thirst for approval, we need condemnation, hence Sally. People who want the most approval get the least, and people who need approval the least get the most. Sir Van Dyer. We can secure other people's approval. We can secure other people's approval if we do right and try hard. But our own is worth 100 of it, and no way has been found out of securing that. So, my dear youth, energetic friends, brothers and sisters, these were the important and inspiring quotes which I shared just now to kill the time, to pass the time. Again, in the late night, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the night, I will be present through Facebook Live on date, like every day, with my literature-related subjects and music-related subjects. Be happy, be safe, and musically tuned, spiritually blessed. Dear friends, Taposh Rokhidda. Thank you, Tapusda. Very good evening. Ranjan Sinha, my younger brother friend from Patna, Professor Ranjan Sinha. Dhananjoy Shah, Madam Madhumita Chatterjee from Patna. Thank you. So, बस जाते जाते एक दो शायरी आप सबों के खिदमत में पेश करना पसंद करूंगा, क्योंकि अभी तो बस अब संगीत के रियाज में बैठना है और फिर मेरे ग्रैंडसन के साथ कुछ खेलों में अपने आप को व्यस्त रखना है. तो बस जाते जाते एक दो शेर व शायरी आप सबों के, चूँकि आज यंग यूथ जनरेशन के लिए मैं कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट इंस्पायरिंग कोट्स उन सबों के लिए मैं पेश करना पसंद किया। तो बस एक दो शेर व शायरी जो हमारे यूथ जनरेशन को काफ़ी काम देगा। डॉक्टर बशीर बद्र थे, वो गोरखपुर के बहुत उम्दे शायर अभी, तो उनके एक शेर को मैं पढ़ना पसंद करूँगा, एक दो शेर को। फटे कपड़ों से तन ढाके गुजरता हो जहाँ कोई, फटे कपड़ों से तन ढाके गुजरता हो जहाँ कोई, समझ लेना वो पगडंडी हमारे गांव जाती है। रक्स करना है वो भी दरियाओं में, ये हमारे यंग जनरेशन के लिए बहुत कामयाबी शेर है। रक्स करना है वो भी दरियाओं में, हमने भी कस के भंवर बांध रखा है पाँव में। रक्स कहते हैं डांस करने को, रक्स करना है वो भी दरियाओं में, हमने भी कस के भंवर, भंवर कहते हैं घुंघरू को। रक्स करना है वो भी दरियाओं में, हमने भी कस के भंवर बांध रखा है पाँव में। और इसे इफ आई लव टू ट्रांसलेट टू बेंगली, যে নিজের শক্তিমত্তায় যে আমি প্রত্যেক নর্তক নর্তকী তারা তো সেই ডান্স করে তারা ফ্লোরের ওপরে, কিন্তু আমি এমন এক ধরনের নর্তক বা নর্তকী হতে চাই জীবনে, যে আমি প্রয়োজন পড়লে আমি সমুদ্রে, গঙ্গায়, নদীর তীরেতেও আমি রক্স করবার জন্য, ডান্স করবার জন্য, নৃত্য করবার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকবো। तो बस रक्स करना है वो भी दरियाओं में, हमने भी कस के भंवर बांध रखा है पाँव में। अब देखिए एक और शेर की, मैं वो कहता हूं कि चरागों को अपने आंखों में महफूज रखना, चरागों को अपने आंखों में महफूज रखना है, और संगीत और साहित्य को अपने दिलों में समाये रखना है। ये मैंने शेरों को बांध के तैयार किया, मेरी अपनी रचना है। चरागों को अपने आंखों में महफूज रखना, और साहित्य और संगीत को, साहित्य का अर्थ होता है बड़े बड़े महान लेखकों के स्टोरी, पोएट्री, तो चाहे हिंदी हो, बंगला हो, उर्दू हो, अंग्रेजी हो। जो चरागों को अपने आंखों में महफूज रखना, साहित्य और संगीत को अपने दिलों में समाये रखना। फिर दूसरा एक देखिए, ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि आंखों आंखों में ही रहा, दिल की खिड़कियों में झांक कर किसी ने नहीं देखा। आंखों आंखों में ही रहा, दिल की खिड़कियों में झांक कर किसी ने नहीं देखा। पत्थर समझा मेरा चाहने वाला, मैं वो गुलाब का फूल हूं, मुझे छू कर आजमाइश करके किसी ने नहीं देखा। उजाले अपने यादों के हमारे साथ रहने दो, उजाले अपने यादों के हमारे साथ रहने दो, न जाने किस गली में जिंदगी की शाम हो जाए। कितने महान कलाकार, महान हमारे दोस्त कलाकार लोग, महान प्लेयर लोग और हमारे और अन्य साथी लोग इस कोरोना काल में अग्रसरित होकर, संक्रमित होकर हम सबों को छोड़कर अलविदा ले लिए। तो मैं ईश्वर से नित्य प्रतिदिन उन सभी अमर आत्माओं के लिए मैं प्रार्थना करते रहता हूँ कि उन्हें, उनके अमर आत्माओं को शांति मिले, शांति प्रदान करे ईश्वर। और जो भी अभी संक्रमित हो चुके हैं, जो भी बीमार पड़े हुए हैं, घरों में हो, अस्पताल में हो, तो उन सबों के लिए मैं ईश्वर से विनती करते रहता हूँ, प्रार्थना करते रहता हूँ, आवेदन निवेदन करते रहता हूँ ईश्वर से, वो यथाशीघ्र जल्द से जल्द अपने स्वस्थ जीवन में लौट आए और अपनी स्वस्थता कायम रखने में सक्षम हो। इसी तरह से मेरी एक और स्वरचित शेर को पढ़ना पसंद करूँगा। मेरे कॉलेज लाइफ में ये दरमियान लिखी हुई ये शेर। अगर फुर्सत मिले तो वक्त का इनाम बन जाओ, अगर फुर्सत मिले तो वक्त का इनाम बन जाओ, हम बन जाए लक्ष्मण और तुम राम बन जाओ। अगर फुर्सत मिले तो वक्त का इनाम बन जाओ, हम बन जाए लक्ष्मण और तुम राम बन जाओ। मिटाकर जुल्म का रावण और बचाकर प्यार की सीता, मिटाकर जुल्म का रावण और बचाकर प्यार की सीता, जमाने के लिए यकजहती का पैगाम बन जाओ। बी यूनाइटेड। इस तरह से बस अलविदा ले रहा हूँ, फिर पुनः मुलाकात होगी रात में। अभी हमारे ग्रैंडसन महाराज उठ गए हैं, अब उनके साथ मैं अब अपना खेल तमाशा शुरू हो जाएगा। हाँ, ये मैं आपको दिखा दे आए तो क्या देखिए, मेरे देख लीजिए फेसबुक लाइव के जरिए, ये देखिए अभी ये दिन से महाराज उठ गए हैं। हाँ यस, अच्छा सभी को ये कर दीजिए, महाराज राजा जी, वेदांशु जी, सबको ये कर दीजिए, हाथ हिला दीजिए, हाथ हिला दीजिए, हाय कर दीजिए, हाय कीजिए। अच्छा हाय कर दीजिए, एक्चुअली फ्लाइंग किस दे दीजिए, फ्लाइंग किस दे दीजिए, फ्लाइंग किस दे दीजिए, दे दीजिए। अभी नींद से उठे हैं महाराज,